Seemed like
Okay, this right here is the Canelo versus Terrence Crawford full post-fight press conference.
the first 3 rounds you were trying to just figure them out. Was that the game plan and start turning it up maybe in round 4?
Well, the first 3 rounds, I felt like I was in control. I think he was trying to figure me out.
Did you feel that you were frustrating him? He tried to lift you up. He headbutted you. Were you sensing that you were frustrating him?
Of course, he was a little frustrated in there, but that's part of the game.
And last question is, I know it's right after the fight. Have, have you feel yet the significance of this win and what it means in your legacy and your career?
To be honest, when I set my sights on doing something and I know what I'm capable of, it's not like a surprise to me. It's a surprise to y'all because y'all didn't believe me, But for me, I knew I could do it, and I believed that I could do it. I just needed the opportunity.
Terrence, when did you know that you were going to beat him? Over here on your left.
When he signed the contract,
He seemed to focus mostly on body punches, and you were hitting him in the head a lot. Was it your reach that gave you the advantage?
it was everything. He wasn't hitting the body or anything. He was hitting my elbow because I was blocking it. But I think I was the better man tonight.
What was that moment where you were pushed aside by the ring, and they suspended they called the timeout for a second, and then started the fight again in the middle? I think it was the seventh inning. Seventh?
Well, I got headbutted. I got cut. I gotta go get stitches. You didn't see it?
No.
Oh, yeah. He headbutted me. So I gotta go get stitches after this.
Hey, bud, straight back, right here.
What's up, Dan?
Congratulations on the victory. I want to ask you a little bit about the history that you made tonight, and I want your opinion on which means the most to you. You became a 5-division world champion. You became the third 4-division lineal champion with Mayweather and Pacquiao. You became a 3-time undisputed champion, the first ever in the 2, 3, or 4 belt era. And you became the second undisputed champion in 3 weight classes when there was only one champion back in 1938 with Henry Armstrong. That's a lot of stuff.
You hear that? You hear that?
Which do you think means
All
the
of
most?
it.
And
All of it. It all goes hand in hand.
can you describe what it all means to you to have? You just made like a whole resume of stuff tonight.
It means a lot to me because, anybody can be a nobody, like I said, and that's all they say I've been fighting is nobodies. So what can they say now? Somebody tell me, what can you say now?
And say congratulations.
That's it. What can you say? Any words?
Thanks.
I bet you did.
But I want to ask you one other thing about that.
Terrence.
A lot of the conversation about the fight was you moving up 2 weight divisions. I wonder if you could describe, like, once you got in there, how did it feel in terms of fighting at that weight and the bulk that Canelo tried to put upon you?
I was stronger. I punched harder. And that was just it. A lot of people put too much into me moving up in weight and things like that. But like I told y'all once before, Canelo is not a big guy. He's a smaller guy fighting in a big weight class. Me and him is practically almost the same height. I'm a little taller. My arms longer than him. He got a little wider frame, but he's a little shorter. But all in all, we're around the same size. So by y'all saying, "Oh, Canelo's this massive size,"
Yeah, that's another thing I wanted to touch on as well. They kept saying that Canelo, was bigger and stuff like that. But when I was watching the video, I don't know, maybe if it's different from in real life seeing it and seeing it on video, but from the video that we were watching, that I was watching, it looked like they were pretty much the same size. Crawford was a little bit taller, but like you said, Canelo was a little bit more wider and a little more bulkier. And I think Canelo also had bigger arms. But as far as size comparison, they look pretty similar in size. Like it's nothing like Javante Davis versus what's the guy he's fighting? It's nothing like Javante Davis versus Logan Paul or Jake Paul, whichever one he's fighting. That's a huge size difference. But with this one, it was kind of like they were pretty close to size.
It was kind of like disrespect. Then when y'all see me weigh in, then y'all say, "Oh, well, they not the same." It's not a big difference.
All right, and lastly, then, what was his power like? Have you been hit by anybody that strong before?
I've been hit harder.
No, in a real fight, not a
In
sparring.
a real fight, Avanesian, I mean not Avanesian, but Mean Machine hit harder than Canelo to me. To be
Okay.
honest.
Terrence,
Congratulations.
Terrence, right here in front. Congratulations on a historic accomplishment. Would you consider this your signature win of your career, or is there another win that means more?
Another thing, this guy, he has skills and he talked that shit. But think about it, he talked that shit. He backs it up. He's undefeated.
To you?
No, for sure, this is definitely a signature win. You know, moving up 2 weight classes, being the B-side, fighting a guy that's been undefeated in the division, undisputed, going to take all his titles, you know, doing everything that I said I was going to do. You know, of course this means a lot. You know, my other undisputed runs, you know, I had titles, things like that. So I was coming in as a champion as well. But this one, you know, I was coming in as an underdog, no championship belts, you know, and I felt like everything was on the line.
At any point, did you feel you had to make adjustments in the ring?
Well, you know, around like the 6th round, I felt like I needed to step it up a little more and, you know, get in more control of the fight because the fight was going like a seesaw effect.
And when you were announced as the winner, you went down on one knee. Could you just describe how that moment felt to you and what was going on through your mind?
No, I knew I won when the last bell were on. I knew I won, you know. But like I said before, God don't make no mistakes, and it's no mistake that, you know, I'm here for a reason, and I've been telling y'all that all week that it's God's plan, not my plan. I just, you know, carried out His mission.
Imagine being able to build an app with your
Terrence, when we spoke on Tuesday, you talked about a lot about your preparation and how confident you would in leading up to this and how you would break this fight down and how it was going to go. Did it go exactly to plan as you prepared for this for the last couple of months? Was it each round? Did it go as planned?
Of course, you know, everything that we set our sights on to do in the fight, you know, we executed it. You know, I wanted to do a little more, but my coaches wanted me to keep doing what I was doing that was working, you know, so I had to make sure that I was disciplined and keep doing what was working.
And then I know you said you weren't surprised, obviously, in how you dominated, but was there any surprise that as the fight went on, he typically feeds off those later rounds and builds momentum, but it appeared that he got more frustrated and weaker maybe, or less conditioned? Did that surprise you at all?
I don't think he was less conditioned or anything. You know, I just think I was the better man. I think you know, you're not giving him enough credit, and you're trying to take things away from him. He was 1,000% prepared. You know, I just think I was the better man today.
But so much goes on behind the scenes that we never get to see. The long nights, the preparation, sticking with the same team through adversity and many years of preparation. When you look into the faces of your team after achieving this win, how do you feel looking at all these people that have helped you carry yourself to success?
Oh, I feel great, because they've been doubted just like me. You know, when people doubt me, they doubt my team. They think my team can't, take me to where I want to go because they don't have the recognition of being in a big city and have this big following. But, a lot of great fighters coming through our stable, and, they paving the way, for the next generation. And, I'm the forefront, and we ain't doing nothing but making history.
Terrence, was this fight about proving them all wrong or proving yourself right?
Both. Both. Prove the doubters wrong and prove myself right. Like I said, it's a lot of disappointed people, going.
I believe that the first time I heard of Terrence Crawford was back in possibly 2023. Seems the other day. 2022, 2023.
Going home tonight. And some of them gonna cry, like I said, but it's part of the sport.
And lastly, I asked you at the press conference the other day, what was your definition of greatness? It came full circle for you by claiming the throne. Now, what is your definition of greatness to you?
You're looking at them.
Congratulations. The whole team.
Terrence, congratulations on your victory. With the way you beat Canelo tonight, Spence a couple of years ago, everyone is going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
You talk the talk and you sure walk the walk. Your confidence and aura is on another level. Could we see a run as a light heavyweight?
Nah. Nah, we ain't going out that much.
Now, would you consider going back down to 154 and face Jaron Ennis, the guy who prepared Canelo Alvarez for this fight?
Nope. I ain't going down 154.
Terrence, obviously it was a great show today. I was curious about your entrance, how you came to choose that song in particular to walk out to.
Well, it was part of my outfit. The outfit was inspired by the movie Desperado. As you see, I had the guitar and everything, and my great childhood friend, Rosendo Robles, he was the one that, carried the song out and performed the night. And, it was a wonderful night. Like I said, I got Mexicans and Latinos on my side as well. So, it was a beautiful night tonight.
Did you know Ilia Topuria walks out to that song in the UFC?
You said what?
Ilia Topuria walks out to that song in the UFC.
Did he? Oh, good. Good for him.
Terrence, Radio Raheem in the back. The narrative of this fight was, could your chin stand up to Canelo's power? You took his punches, but to me it seemed you neutralized his biggest shots. I don't know that he hit you even with his biggest shot. Do you consider that a greater accomplishment than proving that you have the chin to take the biggest shot?
It goes hand in hand, A lot of people say I don't have no defense. I get hit with these big shots, and that's what they was worried about. Hey, it's only so much that they can say now.
Down the stretch of the fight, we saw Canelo drop his hands at some point, shake his head. It appeared to me like he was mentally being broken. Did you perceive it that way? What did you think was going on in those 11th and 12th round when we saw Canelo seem to stop fighting for seconds?
Yeah, he was definitely frustrated, because what he was trying to do wasn't working. And when he get hit, he's just like, man, he shook his head like, I can't believe I got hit with that.
And last one from me, where do you rate Canelo amongst your opponents?
Last
I mean,
question on
you're
6
speaking
a.m.
about it as if it was an easy night. You've been hit harder. Where do you put him on the list of your most difficult opponents?
I'm not saying it was an easy night. By far, it wasn't easy. You know, it just you look like that, but it definitely wasn't easy. He's definitely, at the top of my opponents that I've faced for sure.
Are you open to a rematch?
And I'm open to wherever. Like I said, I'm gonna sit back, enjoy my victory with my team, and I have my birthday in 2 weeks. Since I'm old, everyone.
Thank you for a great night and an incredible performance. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Terrence right here.
Terrence right here.
It's Andreas L. from ESPN. We did a story on you talking about how competitive you are and your will to win. Did you feel like you had to dig deep in this fight, or did you feel like Canelo, you just kind of took the fight out of him early and he wasn't able to be as competitive as he wanted to be?
No, I think he was trying to be competitive.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and skip ahead to Canelo.
Grip, stability.
I don't know if he's gonna be speaking English or he have a translator, but let's see. If he has a translator, I'm probably gonna skip through it. That's just what I usually do if it's a fighter that doesn't really know how to speak English and have a translator. I usually just sometimes I watch it, sometimes I skip through it. It just depends.
Saúl, acá de este lado. En resumidas cuentas, ¿con qué te quedas de esta noche, Saúl? Una derrota que te quita los cinturones, pero ¿tú con qué te quedas?
So just for everybody here, what do you take from this night? A defeat, but what do you extract from tonight?
Fue una gran noche para el boxeo. Me siento muy orgulloso de lo que se logró hoy. Como mexicano me siento muy orgulloso de lo que he logrado, de hasta donde he llegado para representar a mi país. Me siento muy orgulloso. Fue una gran noche para el boxeo.
A great night for boxing, a great night for the sport, for everyone. And as a Mexican, everything that I have accomplished for my people, for the country, very proud, and a great night for boxing.
Straight back, Canelo. Straight back. Right here. Can you describe what it was like for you fighting Bud, what he was doing that was giving you the kind of problems that you couldn't really do enough to get what would have been, I guess, a close decision?
Y para todos, ¿cómo fue enfrentar a Bud Crawford, los problemas que te dio y cómo no pudiste seguir con tus planes?
We already know. We knew Crawford is a great fighter, and I did what I supposed to do, right? I tried for every way.
Oh, is he just speaking English?
Canelo had a
enfrentar a Bud Crawford, los problemas que te dio y cómo no pudiste seguir con tus planes.
We already know. We knew Crawford is a great fighter, and I did what I supposed to do, right? I tried for every way, and I trained really hard, and he deserved all the credit. No, I try my best tonight, and I just cannot figure out the style.
Was it something specific, the movement or his speed or power, or what? Was there something you could put your finger on that gave you the most trouble?
Everything.
Okay.
He have everything.
And just one more, Canelo, it has been, I can't even know the number of years it's been since you've been without a world title. Even after you lost to Dimitri Bivol, you still were the super middleweight champion. It's been probably 10 years or whatever since you haven't had a title. Has it sunk in yet that for the first time in all that time, you're not a world champion?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Just that it's been so many years since you have not been a world champion. And so has it sunk in yet that for the first time in forever, you're not a world champion?
No, I feel a champion, no matter what. You know, I win no matter what, and I still feel a champion. So it is what it is. You need to take the loss and accept everything. But I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna continue to do it.
Canelo, Radio Raheem back here in the back. In the 11th and 12th round, there were moments where it looked as if the frustration was coming through. You put your hands down, you shook your head. What were you feeling and thinking in that moment? Was the frustration getting the better of you?
You know what? Sometimes you try and your body cannot go, right? That's my frustration. Maybe I can figure out Crawford, but my body cannot go anymore. So I try it, but my body just not let me go. And you need to accept it. That's it.
Power was a big narrative in this fight. At any point in the fight, do you feel like you hit Crawford with your biggest and best shot?
No, I don't think so. I hit Crawford, but no clean shots, like with all my power.
What do you feel like he was doing to neutralize your ability to land your big punches?
No, he's a great fighter. He's a good fighter. He know how to move and everything.
Thank you so much. Incredible fight. We'll see you again. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hola, Saúl. Buenas noches.
Canelo, back here, Canelo. Marcus Hayes with Fight Hub TV, right here in the middle.
Yeah.
Champ, first off, I want to thank you for the illustrious career that you have given us in the game. You've been a steadfast professional in the way that you conducted yourself, and I want to thank you on behalf of all of the boxing media.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Number
It's my
two,
pleasure.
Champ, I wanted to ask you, this was a fight that we haven't seen from you before. We've never seen you have the sustained and prolonged frustration during the fight. Was there a point in time where you figured that this just wasn't going to be my night? And if you did, when did that happen?
No, I never thought that. I always try. All the rounds I try, but you need to accept it, right? Sometimes you cannot go, and I try all the rounds. I never think about that because imagine. So I cannot think in that way, but I try my best tonight.
And lastly, for me, Champ, in the world of comparisons that we live in right now, if you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terrence Bud Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Saúl, ¿cómo estás? Buenas noches. Acá Enrique Veas de este lado. Oye, Saúl, dos cosas rápidas. Terminaste, bajaste del ring y dijiste justamente ahí también, ahí en el ring, que pues, has ganado porque aquí justamente aquí está tu familia. Pero ¿qué platicaste con ellos? ¿Qué platicaste con Eddie? ¿Qué quiere Saúl a partir de ese momento? ¿Qué viene para ti después de esta tercera derrota?
If you've spoken to your family, what comes for Saúl Canelo Álvarez after this?
Obviamente mi familia dándome ánimo, ¿no? Un poquito triste, mis hijos, mi esposa, pero al final de cuentas les dije que así es esto, ¿no? Se aprende de todo, no es una derrota y hay que aceptar las derrotas como las victorias también y de todo se aprende y creo que es una buena lección, ¿no? De aprender esta noche y es lo que le dije a mis hijos, a mi esposa y aceptar las cosas es lo primordial, ¿no? Aceptar cuando se pierde, cuando se hacen las cosas bien y al final se pierde. Es importante que ellos sepan que hay que aceptar las dos caras de la moneda, ¿no? Obviamente platicando en el vestidor, no me has platicado mucho de qué es lo que viene, pero ya ahorita lo que quiero es disfrutar a mi familia, a mi hija, la más chiquita que ahorita está en el cuarto, no puede salir porque tiene un mes apenas, disfrutarlos y ver qué es lo que viene.
I went down to actually speak to my family for obviously the support that they always give me. And tonight was it's an opportunity to learn. That's what I taught my family today. Tonight is an opportunity to learn and to evolve. And that's what you lead from. You learn from defeat. And also, we haven't had a chance to talk about the next step and the future yet. Of course, I just want to enjoy my family. My daughter's in the room. She can't come out. She's a month old. I just want to be able to enjoy every single one and see what comes next.
Let's watch some highlights.
Canelo
Good response. And that means, well, there was a jab, but everything comes hard from Canelo.
Crowd trying to get behind the Mexican superstar. You may have seen Skipper Kelp as yet hasn't found a round for Canelo Alvarez through 4.
Might find this one if it keeps up like this. He's keeping Crawford.
Trying to go a little bit deeper. Can I stand here?
Crawford,
Can I exchange?
He's not backing up from Canelo's power.
Good uppercut by Crawford. Alvarez out of range on the return.
This is a significant statement Crawford is making if it continues this way. Not only is he not backing up from Canelo's power, but he may be doing more damage with his own in these exchanges.
He is affable, and he just landed a pretty significant right hand there. Under a minute to go, round 8.
These are dangerous punches for Crawford because Crawford is feeling himself right now, and Alvarez is throwing knockout shots. As Teddy Atlas would always say, Canelo is looking to be friends, and Crawford is not looking to be friends.
Great exchange from Terence Crawford right there. Canelo's landing, but not like Terence Crawford in this exchange.
This is furious action. Time will tell. Those two look like it hurt. This is Canelo's best moment of the fight.
Which was his respect. Well, he felt like if he could get this fight, he could produce a performance that would earn the respect. Down the stretch we come.